Everyone is hating on Justin Herbert right now, saying that he can't win a playoff game after only putting up 3 points against the New England Patriots. So I want to dive into the film and see, is this true or what went wrong for this Chargers offense against the New England Patriots? Let's dive into the film. Okay, this first play we're going to check out here, we're going to be in the red zone here. Going to come out in 12 personnel, trying to get the defense to think that we're running the ball. We're going to run this orbit motion with Ladd McConkey, try to get the defense to show us what they're in. We end up running this mesh concept, and as you'd see here, there's absolutely nothing open, right? So Justin Herbert does what he does best, takes off, runs with the football. Okay, on this next play, we're going to come out in this twins formation, two wide receivers to the right side of the field, wide receiver and a tight end. To this left side, we're going to motion over Quentin Johnson, get to this 3-by-1 bunch formation right here, and that tells us that they're in man coverage because the corner followed. So we're trying to cause a little bit of traffic with these receivers ultimately, and then we're trying to hit Keenan Allen on this quick out to the corner. We want to kind of roll the pocket a little bit right here to make this throw easy, and everything's going to go perfectly here. Justin Herbert's just going to miss the throw, right? Also, really good corner on him, Christian Gonzalez, but Herbert's just got to make this throw, and Herbert normally does make this throw, right? Nothing really wrong with the mechanics here, I see. Maybe he's just going a little too fast because he has a linebacker chasing him down here, Spillane, but Herbert's got to make this play here. Because of the type of quarterback he is talented enough to do it. This next play, I wanted to come out and look at a run play that they had from the end zone view. It's actually the first play of the next drive, and the reason I wanted to point this out is because I wanted to point out how little help Justin Herbert really had from his running game in this game. All right, we got two fullbacks on the field here. Going to get to this formation where clearly we're running stretch. All right, we're trying to hit this outside D gap out here. We want to get outside of this tight end. And the reason we want to do that is because you see we've got their defense kind of tightened down as well because we're in this heavier formation. If we can hit this block on 31, I believe it is here, we can get outside. But watch how bad of a job Omarion Hampton does here. So 31 comes and blows the play up. I don't know how, right? This tight end, fullback, whatever you want to call him, should be capable of hitting this reach block on him right there, right? But even if he does blow it up, look at all this space directly on this A gap right here, right? Easy jump cut that an NFL running back should be able to do. I don't know if Omarion Hampton's hurt or what, but check this out right here. Look at how he kind of stumbles his feet and just completely misses in this cutback. Now, Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, those type of running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, they make this cut. They go vertical. We might have a touchdown here. The Chargers need that type of running back. I thought Omarion Hampton had the chance to be it, but clearly it just hasn't worked out this season because of injuries, and he just doesn't look like a top-tier NFL running back like they expected him to be, drafting him in the first round. I mean, that's just bad. We're going to motion Ladd McConkey over. That's going to tell us we got man coverage because of the way he rotates. And here's what we're trying to work here. Because we believe this is man coverage, we're going to go fast to the flat here. We're going to run a little hook over the ball. That'll work if we have zone, obviously, but it'll also hold their man defenders down. So this corner will stay down, and this corner, and this safety will stay down, And we're trying to hit Quentin Johnson on this deep crosser right here. If this safety takes him and helps this corner out, Christian Gonzalez, then what we're going to try to do is we have Ladd McConkey here on this kind of super deep zig route where that'll destroy man coverage every single time. We just need enough time in the pocket here, and thankfully we get it. Justin Herbert does a great job getting fast to the flat there, realizing it's not open, taking the crosser, realizing it's not open, and then hitting Ladd McConkey there for a gain. Okay, we're going to take a look at another run play to really just emphasize how much our running game struggled in this game. And part of it was on the line, yes, but the running backs really missed some big opportunities here. We're going to have a trap play from I formation, so we're going to bring this guard over and this tight end over, and we're really trying to hit this B gap right here and kind of hit it quick. We want to press our offensive linemen, so we don't want to get right on their backs. And if everyone breaks their contain and no longer contains on this outside, we want to be able to bounce it out wide and take it for potentially a touchdown here, okay? And watch how Vidal does a really good job pressing his O-line, but he doesn't read the field good enough to press, realize he's got one-on-one with his tight end out here. He should jump cut this out wide and follow this block from his tight end. If this defender goes inside his tight end, he goes out. If this defender goes outside his tight end, he goes in. Instead, presses, and takes what the defense gives him. On this next play, we're once again coming out in a 3-by-1 formation, but we're going to once again motion the receiver over Keenan Allen here. You see the defense kind of rotates down there. Justin Herbert clearly notices changing the play. He's saying, hey, I'm IDing this mic here. We're probably getting some internal pressure right here. One high safety, head up on this guy. He rotated down to play man on this guy. He rotated down to play man. And we've got man with outside leverage right here telling you this guy's probably the robber over the middle. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to take Keenan Allen and we're going to run him on an out to the sticks. We've got to pretty much throw this ball with anticipation and hope that Allen wins on the route. And Herbert's going to do a decent job of that. I just think he could put a better football on him here. That's the only thing I'd improve here. This next play is just an incredible job by this Chargers defense. We're going to run this kind of crossing concept right here where we take him on a deep crosser. We're going to run him on a deep dig right in behind him. And we're going to take Ladd McConkey and cross their face as well. This destroys man coverage if you've got man. It struggles against zone just because how tight it is in this red area. They're going to block and release to the flat right here. And then what we're really trying to do is if these linebackers vacate the middle to help out on these crossers, well, we're going to block and release on this play action up the middle. He's going to sit right there, and we should be able to hit him. Justin Herbert does an okay job on this play, but I think he could improve. Right? The Patriots do a great job boxing this. They come out in cover 3. They all play super disciplined. Watch 31 at the top of your screen. Takes him, passes him off perfectly to get back in this window. That's an incredible job. But what I want you to notice here is Herbert steps up in this pocket and sees that he has his tackle on the outside here, and he's instantly going to go to run. What I would like him to do is take these steps right here, and then even though you're not supposed to in the NFL, I would like him to throw across his body back to the running back here. I know everyone in the comments section may say, hey, they're taught not to do that, whatever. Herbert does this later on in the game, so it's okay for him to do it. I think he just kind of got so caught up by the pressure and seeing this tackle one-on-one on the outside that he just wanted to take this matchup, make him step to him, try to dish that out. Should be a touchdown as well, I will add. Like, this should still be a score. It sucks that this tight end fell down here, fullback. But you'd love to see Herbert roll out, throw across his body right here to the running back, and pick up the touchdown. Throw he's very capable of making. We end up getting the ball punted back to us right here close to our goal line. So going to come out in heavy personnel here. Going to motion our wide receiver over, and we're going to run PA boot over. What is PA boot over? Well, we're going to fake the play action. We're going to settle our feet right here. We're going to take this guy on a vertical route right here, Trey Harris. We're going to go with a corner route right here by our tight end Gadsden, and then we're going to take our fullback and go fast to the flat right here, and then we're going to take our tight end on this side of the formation, run him on a crosser. Really just trying to get a nice levels concept going here, but play is completely disastrous, right? Like, our running back is supposed to be able to block 7 here, but he's unable to because our tackle just completely misses 33 and chooses to block no one instead. All right, let's look at this from the other view because this was ugly. Okay, almost turned it over there. So run this play right here and look at 79. I don't know why 79 is shifting this way. He should know right here, hey, I've got to handle this edge guy because 86 is getting out on his route. I know he's young, new guy, not really supposed to be playing, but you've got to know that these 4 other linemen can pick up the 3 interior linemen right here. Right? So bad play right here by 79. That causes 30 to have to go after the closest interior defender. That's what he's taught instead of being able to pick up the corner blitzing. Gets Herbert destroyed right here, and we almost turn the ball over. Right? Not a pretty thing to see. Awful play right there by the O-line. Ruins what could be a 5-yard gain, turns it into an incompletion. That should have been a turnover. Here we've got a play that really sums up this game for Justin Herbert and this Chargers offense, and I think it's the biggest reason why the Chargers lost, and I think that's just that Justin Herbert lost his confidence after how bad his offensive line played to start it. So what do I mean by that? Well, we're going to motion over our wide receiver right here, give him a running start, and that's because we're going to run him on a deep crosser because our goal is to pull this linebacker kind of more towards the middle, pull this deep safety out the play because they're showing us either cover 2 or cover 4 pre-snap. We're probably going to guess cover 2, but since there's probably not a threat right here short, he's going to carry deep, but we're fine with that because we're running Ladd on a deep dig where he's going to try to cut about 3 to 5 yards in front of this safety, and he's going to come back to us so that we can fit that ball into him. And these are really the only 2 routes I want you to focus on other than this flat right here. So how do we read this play? Well, we read 1 to 2. So 1, 2, 3. And that's really just once we read this guy, if they take him like they're supposed to, this dig should be open 10 out of 10 times. And if that dig's not open, you should have the flat right here. If not, you roll out, throw it away, whatever. Watch what Justin Herbert does here. Takes a snap, clean pocket for like the first time in the whole game. Typically, we see Justin Herbert throw with anticipation. He's going to throw this ball directly right there, right now, over these linebackers under this safety, right? And we're going to have a huge explosive, might even be a touchdown because 21's flipping his hips to guard this right here. But instead of doing that, watch what Justin Herbert does. Flips his hips, goes to run, throws it to the flat. So On the TV copy, this looks like, okay, Justin Herbert's doing a great job, 7-yard completion on second down, that's fine. But we missed what could have been a touchdown and was at least a 30-yard gain right there to Ladd McConkey. Okay, so we end up having to punt on that last drive. Obviously, you really wish we had that explosive, but it is what it is. What we're going to do here now is we're going to try to run this levels concept where we have a deep corner right here and a quick out right here. And the reason we want to run that is because we're seeing pre-snap, hey, this is probably cover two. We know tendencies before the game based on film that they like to run a lot of cover two in this situation. So if this guy does what he's supposed to and guards the flat, we should have this corner where we can beat this safety to the sideline right there, right? But watch what happens with this O-line. Once again, playing terrible. 90 gets interior pressure right here. Herbert's not going to make this throw because 7 does a really great job of kind of playing both zones, baiting to get him to throw this so it'll be a pick. Herbert realizes, oh, got a guy in my face, and this guy did not hold his contain out here. Herbert scrambles up, finds Keenan Allen in the soft spot of the zone. Great play there by Herbert. Here we're going to have a really good play once again by Justin Herbert. We know we've got man coverage because we've got a tight end on a linebacker out here. No one would ever run zone with a linebacker this wide. So that shows we got man. We're going to have this quick drag underneath from Quentin Johnson that we're going to try to hit against this man coverage. But we've got this guy who might be blitzing off the edge. Watch Justin Herbert do a great job picking up the blitz, realizing, oh, no one's guarding Vidal in that flat right there. Great play. Okay, here's our drive right before the end of the half. They're playing soft. Going to hit Keenan Allen underneath for a quick, easy gain right there. Great play. Once again, playing soft. And we screw up here. We take a sack. Why do we take this sack? Well, we see that the Patriots look like they're in cover 4 pre-snap, and it looks like we have 4 verticals called right here. What Herbert should be doing here is drifting back in the pocket, knowing that his O-line doesn't give him much time, and he should be reading this, hey, we've got to either hit this route right here by Ladd McConkey, where we're really letting him read this defender right here in zone coverage, and we're trying to hit him in this soft spot right here in the defense. And if this guy pushes to stop that, we hit our check down right here. But Herbert, I guess, wasn't considering just how bad his offensive line is. They kind of get shoved into our lap right here in the middle. We kind of get hit in the head. Not going to lie, we very much get hit in the head here. I understand why they didn't call it. But this is kind of this new thing with quarterbacks to me that kind of gets on my nerves where we're so quick to run sometimes that right here, yes, our offensive linemen get pushed back, but we have a pretty clean pocket. Don't try to run to your left. Just take a few steps back, drift back in the pocket, and deliver that ball. I don't know why Herbert's eyes are still to this side because, as I mentioned, we're trying to hit Ladd right here or we're hitting our running back right here. This has already been taken away. Herbert's eye should be in a different place, and that's why Herbert ends up getting sacked right here. Obviously, you want the roughing the passer call, but didn't get it right there. I want to take a look at this play right here by Justin Herbert because I think this is one of the worst things I've ever seen him do. So we're going to take the play action right here. Our routes are really only on this left side of the field, so we roll out to our right. Look at Ladd McConkey do an incredible job of finding the space, getting right here. We're still behind the line of scrimmage. Lollipop this ball right here. We got a touchdown. Watch what Justin Herbert does. Takes off and runs with it. Cost us another touchdown there. Now we're going to have another play that kind of sums up this game for Justin Herbert to me where he just wasn't playing with confidence. O-line had him rattled because they were constantly letting the D-line get after him. 3rd and 11 here, right? So we're going to have to punt if we don't complete a pass here. So what I like my quarterback to do in this situation is I don't mind if we chunk a one-on-one fade ball up to our wide receiver or something like that because if the DB picks it off, whatever, it's a punt. If they don't, we just punt the next play, especially if it's open. Well, we're going to have way better than that here. We're going to have this deep post from Quentin Johnson, and I want you to watch how these safeties kind of have to come down and help underneath. So it's going to really leave us with this one-on-one matchup where we have the whole middle of the field to throw it to him. Justin Herbert can throw 70 yards. That's not the problem at all. Herbert is just so rattled that instead of stepping up, staying in the pocket, and making this throw and leading him, yes, that's a scary throw. Like I mentioned, this DB might close out on him, but we have to trust our wide receiver here one-on-one with this post, give him a chance to make an explosive play in a game that doesn't have any explosive plays. But Herbert steps up, looks down, and starts to panic. He sees this lane. He's like, ooh, I can take off. Oh, nope, can't because I screwed my O-lineman over here. Steps back, runs around, makes himself look stupid. And this whole time, he could have just thrown a ball about 60 yards like we know he can because he has a rocket arm to Quentin Johnson and let him make a play on the football. These are the type of things they were doing in the first few weeks of the season when the Chargers looked like the best team in football. But as his O-line got worse throughout the year, Herbert started to play worse because he didn't trust his linemen up front. We're going to take a look at it from the end zone view here because I really just want you to see like perfectly clean pocket. Herbert's the one who gets himself sacked here, right? We should step up in this pocket and launch that ball down the field, but instead looking around trying to escape, taking a sack on 3rd and 11. Okay, here we're going to come out in a 3-by-1 formation. Going to run some play action right here. And this is another one to me where Herbert's just not pushing the ball downfield, and I know he can, right? We're going to have this concept right here where we're running another levels concept. We're trying to run this little quick, fast to the flat route right here with our fullback, and we're trying to run Lad McConkey on this fake crosser that's turning into a corner right here. And this corner is playing our outside receiver right here who's going on a vertical. So this space is all open for us to hit the throw with. So what I would like Justin Herbert to do is roll out of the pocket, look to the check down to make these guys bite, and then hit Lad McConkey right there for a huge gain. But what does Herbert do? He just throws it quick to the flat, picks up about 4 yards, but once again, we're just leaving these explosives on the board. On this next play right here, we're going to have a heck of a play call by Greg Roman to really beat cover 3 on this field side. So what is it? We're going to run Keenan Allen on this hook. We're going to run Lad McConkey on this wheel route where we fake the out and then turn it into a wheel. And then we're going to run this skinny post right here with our tight end out wide in this bunch formation. And then we're going to run just a little curl right here to keep him on this side of the field, hopefully make him drift over here. I would love to almost run this route in at him and then sit it down to hold both of them, but obviously didn't do that here, and it doesn't matter much because he gets wide open. But our goal is to get this guy to go wide, and then we push past him when he thinks we're just running some sort of corner or out right here. So what does Herbert do here? Makes a great play, steps up in the pocket, but because he doesn't set his feet and he's still running, he underthrows this football. Now, this is one that I've seen Herbert make hundreds of times, but man, that's just a ball he wishes he had back. If we throw this in the right spot and lead him down the field, we have a touchdown. Instead, we got an incomplete pass, no PI, no nothing. Man, that sucks. We're going to come out on the very next play and kind of do the same thing again. I hate to say it. Another play action right here. Everything's boxed. One, I will say I hate this play call. Why do I hate this play call? Well, it's because we're trying to run Lad McConkey on a dig, and we want to hit him in the lane that's open. So either here or here. Well, that's all predicated based off this linebacker, right? If he pushes here, we hit him in this lane. If he pushes here or stays middle, we hit him in this first lane right here. First window, I should say, right? Well, the problem I have with this play call is because we have no one threatening this corner right here. He's allowed to do what J.C. Horn did earlier in the season, where he can kind of just play free and come over and make a play on this football. So we can't throw that. So we're forced to kind of just hang in the pocket here. Nothing gets open because of it. Like I said, if we could threaten him in any type of way, we'd have this window right here, but can't. We roll out. Quentin Johnson makes an incredible move. Really good job of finding open space and getting downfield after Justin Herbert rolls out the pocket here. And man, we underthrow it again. And that's a great play by Christian Gonzalez, seeing his arms open up, shoving him right there. And it's no penalty because the ball hits his back at the same time. So man, that's back-to-back plays where we should have had a huge chunk explosive for a touchdown, and we just miss them. Now we're going to come out, we're going to motion our wide receiver over, and what do we have here? Another touchdown. But this one's not on Herbert. This one's on our offensive line. Once again, our right tackle is getting worked here, right? Right tackle is getting absolutely worked. And the concept we're really trying to work here, this is kind of on Herbert because we're trying to work this same type of concept we worked on the backside of a play earlier in the game. We're against zone coverage, we're just going to have this deep curl, and then we're going to have our tight end going to the flat right here. The curl will be open against zone unless this guy carries him, and if that guy carries him, we should get to our flat quick, and we'll pick up the first down because we got 3rd and 5 here, right? So we need to get it to our tight end quick so he can hopefully make this corner tackle him, and the corner can't do it for 5 yards, right? Well, what Herbert does is he doesn't do it, doesn't get to that read quick enough, feels the pressure, escapes to the right, and we overthrow Vidal right here, right? Or Vidal right here. But I don't really care about that. That's not on Herbert. Great job giving this guy a chance. But we do have to hit Disley here. We definitely do. And man, our right tackle's got to hold up for 1 second. Because if our right tackle holds up for one more second, we see Ladd right here who just gets left wide open because they realize that they're about to give up a first down. They run downhill quick. Ladd's open for a touchdown. That's 3 touchdowns we missed on the back-to-back-to-back plays. Okay, on this next play, we're going to have some more Justin Herbert magic. Nobody's open. Let's take off and run. But what would we like to hit on this play? We would like, I believe this is Joshua Palmer maybe, at the top of our screen right here. We would like to hit this go ball one-on-one against cover one. That's what Herbert's looking to. But this DB right here, I don't know his name, that's on me, but he does a really great job of pressing him to the sideline and leaving no room for Justin Herbert to throw him open on that go ball. So that's gone. We run hitches pretty much everywhere else underneath. Herbert makes a great play picking up the first down there. Okay, we come out here on this next play after that, fake the motion over, reveal to us, hey, we've got zone coverage probably. Okay, we get that zone coverage we're looking for. And this is a bad job by Justin Herbert. As soon as he hits this back foot, right, his drop is predicated on this route. As soon as he gets to this back foot, ball should be out right now. We've got to trust that our receiver's going to win that. Well, Herbert waits for him to win it and then tries throwing it against one of the best corners in football, Christian Gonzalez, and that's too late. That should be a pick six. Honestly, if Christian Gonzalez locates a football and doesn't run into Quentin Johnston, that's a pick six. But I don't even think Herbert should be reading that side of the field. He made up his mind pre-snap that he was doing it. We've got a really great levels concept on this other side where we're going to the flat, to the corner, on the go, and he's got the flat wide open right here. We could pick up the first down anyway. But instead we throw an incompletion. Okay, come out on this next one. Cannon the play right here. This play didn't count, but I put it in here because we get flagged right here for an illegal motion. Why do we get flagged for an illegal motion? It's because when we're canning this play, Vidal steps up with us, right? And that's going to technically put him in motion. And at that same time, Ladd starts to move. Well, Ladd's not supposed to move until Justin Herbert tells him to move, right? So he moved. We got two guys moving at the same time here, get a penalty. But what I want you to notice is Keenan Allen drops it anyway, right? We can only blame so much on Justin Herbert. We don't get to redo this play despite the flag because we drop it. And the reason I wanted to point this out is because that's a great job picking up the pressure right here, realizing that they're coming. That's what he can to right there. He wasn't necessarily canning the play as much as he was saying, hey, we got pressure right here. He was IDing the mic. So realize that, know where our pressure is coming from. Does a great job getting that to Keenan Allen. That's going to come up later, and he's going to do a great job of it. So right here, what happens? We got to step up, make a play. Justin Herbert's so hard to bring down. Him and Josh Allen are just huge, huge, huge quarterbacks. But what do we have here? We have this quick out to Keenan Allen at the top of the screen that we should probably be hitting. But we don't hate that we take off and run here because we have 3 blockers blocking ahead of us right here. Great job picking up the first down by Justin Herbert. He's capable of winning these games. He just can't have all these bad moments that he's had so far. Okay, on this next one right here, come on this 2x2 formation. And once again, making plays with our legs. Man, someone's got to teach Herbert how to slide. That did not look good, but oh, that looked like it hurt. But once again, Herbert's making plays, picking up first downs. This was on that drive when it was really their last shot to win. And this, I don't like this. I do not like this at all. What are we trying to do here? Trying to move the pocket. So we know pressure's been getting after us all day. So we deepen the drop a little bit. We roll out to the side. So we really only have to deal with this right here. If we get these 2 guys blocked up, we're good. And we're trying to hit this window on this dig right here. So we roll out the pocket. Makes it a slightly deeper throw, but it's going to be unpressured. And we kind of get an angle where we can throw it where this linebacker's not in the way because he's going to drop to this side. So perfect play call right here, and watch Justin Herbert once again. Scared to pull the trigger. He's got it right there. Let it go. Let it go right there. He's got him beat. He's going to come back to you, hopefully, and you don't pull the trigger, step up in the pocket, throw it out of bounds. Man, we're just wasting plays here, right? You see on this one, we're going to get sacked and fumble the football. Give it up, lose the game. Well, what could we have done on this play? We could have dropped back more in the pocket. Like I mentioned, he keeps taking these kind of shallow drops where it's not even a 3-step drop. It's just one, right? We're just stepping back with 1 foot right there. Take a 3-step drop. Give yourself more room in this pocket. We know your O-line's been getting bullied up front all day. And if you did that, you'd be able to hit Keenan Allen in this soft spot in this zone right here. But because you're so close to your lineman, they get pushed into your lap. You do a great job breaking the tackle, but then there's 2 more guys to rally because this Patriots defense is good. And you pretty much lose yourself the football there guaranteed. All right, so we get 1 more shot right here. Gonna take the ball. Do a great job here. This is the play I referenced earlier. On that touchdown that we could have had, but instead we throw it and our guy falls out of bounds, our fullback or our tight end or whatever gets us to fourth down. We go for it. We don't pick it up. Herbert's capable of making these cross-body, run into your right type of throws to his running back. Okay, we come out here on this next one. They're playing soft again. Hit him in the soft spot. Make the play. Great job. Want to look at this one because I want to point out how bad Bradley Bozeman does on this play. Watch this. So we're running a quick concept right here. We got a slant coming right here in his window. That means we have to open up this throwing lane for right here. That means our one job as the offensive line is make sure that none of these guys are able to interfere with this throw. What does that mean? Get up on them, close the space, and block them. If they won't let you block them and they're trying to bat down the ball, take their legs out, right? That's our job. Take these guys' legs out if they don't rush hard enough. Because we're ultimately having to call this because we're trying to beat the blitz. We can't let them blitz us and play the passing lane. We can't let them do that. It's an awful job by Bozeman because he just breaks it up. Waste of play there. Could have been a pick too, right? Right here we get decked again. Just destroyed. What do you want Herbert to do? Watch how long this takes. 1, 2, dead. Right? Like, there's nothing he can do about it. We could maybe have this shot downfield if we had more time, maybe have this dig over the middle, but not really because 7 does a great job closing the space. But man, right here, this is the one I mentioned earlier with Keenan Allen where he did a great job picking up the blitz right here. They come out and they run the exact same thing, right? Blitzing all these guys. Gonna run this drag over the middle. We're gonna do a great job. Watch him make this fadeaway throw. Can't block them all? Okay, I'll drop back about, take a 10-step drop and beat you. All right, but this one, not as good. Who's this on? Herbert or Allen? Right, this is what stalls this drive out here. Well, we're trying to get to the sticks. We're trying to get slightly deeper and come back to this spot right here. So we want to see where'd that ball end up. Well, that ball ended up past the sticks. This is on Keenan Allen. He drifts his route instead of coming back to the football as hard as he should. He makes this an incompletion right here. Come out in a 3-by-1 formation here, motioning Quentin Johnson. They do a great job covering this up. Great job. Everything's covered down the field. Herbert takes another sack. It's ball game. I really want to stress what Justin Herbert was having to deal with, so here's one more play for you of just how bad this offensive line was. So, after breaking down all the film, I think I've came to the conclusion that this Chargers offensive line just absolutely sucked. That rattled Justin Herbert early on in the game, and after he got rattled, he was scared to push the ball down the field. He was constantly looking down instead of keeping his eyes downfield like he's supposed to. His pocket movement wasn't as great as it probably needed to be to even have a chance to win this game, and he missed some throws that Justin Herbert just doesn't usually miss, and that's all there really is to say about it. Awful offensive performance from this LA Chargers offense, but I really think they're going to be back next year. And don't be shocked if it's the Chargers and the Jaguars competing for the Super Bowl in next year's playoffs. Thanks for watching.